Welcome back, traders. Today was, I'm going to preface it with maybe a tilt day for me. It was definitely one of my worst days, emotionally, trading wise. Just was not a good day. So let's get into it. I'll show you my trades here. First trade here is a B setup right after opening. Was probably a little bit earlier than I would normally enter. We're at 9:40, so only 10 minutes into the opening. I like to wait until 9:45, see what the levels are set to. But I got a good B signal here. It does look like there's some resistance at these highs, right? We're at all-time highs still, just grinding upwards. So take a shot at this one. As you can see, I'm already feeling hesitant. I scale out a little bit, down to 6 lots. And this just continues to pull against me. So the second one, following 10 minutes later, right? Now looks like that kind of double top. Got a good hook coming over, but I don't have, crucially, and you'll see this in a lot of my B setups, I don't have the volume profile that I would like to have, that 1, 2, 3 off ramp coming down. And this is the one that actually, giant wick up, stops me out. So now we're getting into my first A setup, and I entered early. That's not supposed to happen in an A setup. So I closed that one out because I know that it didn't cross over the 9 EMA, didn't want to take a heavy loss there. Wanted to get back in after it reduced down near that support level. And then once I get my closing signal, I re-enter again. This one also pulls against me. So see where this goes here when I get in. Yeah, you can see how fast it wicks up. And by then, probably shouldn't be entering. You're trying to catch a falling knife or a rising knife. And I feel like I entered right at the top of that wicking candle. It looked like it was going to continue to work in my favor. You see the good V on the 9 and 16 or 9 and 14 stochastics there, but it just didn't play out that way. This is a B setup. Now, typically, I would not be able to enter this trade here, this last trade, mostly because my daily stop limit, my daily loss limit, is only $300. So I lost more than that today, and actually overrode that limit to try to enter one more time and win some money back. That is for me on tilt. Now, I only did that with my B setup account. I would never do that with an A setup account, but I do feel like emotionally a B setup account is played a little bit differently. So wanted to leave that in there and just show you what that looks like from a very transparent perspective. I went on tilt. I let the emotions get the best of me. Thought this next trade would be that trade. That's the gambling mindset. That's the mindset we need to avoid. Now comes time for accountability. And this is one of the embarrassing days that I have to show you. Again, went on tilt with that B setup account. Overrode my daily loss limit, just all around bad. Let's check out the A account first. This is my 030 account here. So we're at a 55% win rate, 1.72 profit factor. It's not terrible, but I did have those 2 losing trades, as you can see, the 128 on the first one, 88 on the second one. You just have to keep your daily loss limits in mind. Don't let yourself get caught up in the emotions of it. So deep in drawdown day, yeah, you could say that again. And a tilt session, it even called it out for me. The session shows signs of tilt, short trades, high frequency, fast reactions. That's not an A setup, right? So TradeZella keeping me honest there. So let's start into the B setup account. Now TradeZella actually had a weird error that I've never seen it do, but it duplicated 2 of my trades. So this actually skews our stats a little bit. I'll go in and delete those trades and fix it. But I wanted to show it to you just in full transparency again, because I don't want to adjust things in here without being fully transparent with you. So I have a profit factor of 0.43, a win percent rate of less than 35%. that stat's still accurate. This profit factor is not. Again, it was a tilt day for me. My daily max loss limit is $300. I went beyond that, but I did not do any $180 loss today. You can see here it's got the exact same timestamp twice on 2 of these trades. So the first trade was a $103 loss, but not times 2. I didn't enter that trade twice. Same here at the 7:48 time frame. It says I had 2 trades for a loss of 228. I really only did the 3 total trades. So by my calculations, I think that puts me, what would it be, $430 less than what it's stating here. So yeah, not a good day. Definitely a tilt day, but not as bad as TradeZella is making that show here. So the last trade there that I had was that $216 loss, right? The one that I overrode my daily loss limit just to enter one more trade and pulled against me. So I am well into the $500 loss. I've got 216 there, 228, 103. Not a good day. Not proud of it. And rightfully so, they're calling it out. Tilt session, deep drawdown day. Over 50% of my time was spent in the red. That hurts. It's a painful day, but a lessons learned day. I don't like to focus so much on the pain as I do what did I do wrong. And I can clearly tell you today that it was my emotions. There were market conditions that played into it for sure, but I didn't even feel confident in my A setup. I entered too early. It was just a really bad day for me. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. We'll catch you tomorrow, and hopefully I can turn this around. I need to get my emotions in check and do better.